Okay, welcome to another video from Agricultural Insights. As always, I'm your host, Chris Stelzer. Today I am reviewing a book by Chip Hines. He's a rancher in Colorado. It's called A Time to Change, or just Time to Change. Give you a little close-up of it. Time to Change. So it's about genetics, grazing, and management. So there you go. You got a chance at winning this book, shipped directly from Chip Hines. Chip Hines is fairly well known, but not by a lot of people, I guess. He's not like, he doesn't have the name like Joel Salatin or anything like that. So, but nonetheless, that doesn't mean his books aren't important. So, Chip actually writes, I think he has 4 books, and he generously sent me them all. So look for the book reviews coming up on those books, but right now I'm just going to review Time to Change. So just to be clear, if you're watching this on Wednesday, February, 27th, I believe, 2013, you have a chance to win this book. Any other day you're watching this, I'm sorry, you do not have a chance to win. So, let's get into the book. Chip Hines ranches in southeastern Colorado. So this is a dry environment. He's not in Missouri or Iowa or Texas or somewhere that gets a decent amount of rain, okay? So he's in Colorado. We average about 12 to 14 inches of rain per year. You know, maybe down in his area it's around 9 or 10. I don't know. So not a lot of rainfall, arid environment. So there's a lot to be learned from this. He's in short grass country or short grass prairie, okay? So there's a different take on grazing, genetics, and management based upon that environment, and not necessarily, you know, New Zealand or Mississippi or Louisiana or somewhere that gets all this rain, you know, where they just have an abundance of forage. So if you're out west, I would really take particular interest in this book right here, because there are not many ranching books written by people like Chip Hines that deal with the western United States or more arid regions, okay? So definitely worth a look. Now, so Chip kind of starts out with about history, kind of the history of his ranch, history of some other properties. There's a dust storm story in here, so it's just really interesting, and I think we should take the time to listen to what the older generation is saying. If you're a young person like myself, one of the things that's going to be lost is their stories, their knowledge, and when someone like Chip Hines is generous enough to write a book, you should go ahead and buy it, because for whatever you're going to buy this for, it's going to save you hundreds of times that more down the road if you are serious about this ranching, grazing, or farming stuff, okay? So thank you, Chip, for that, just sharing your knowledge. So he kind of talks about grazing, the natural world. He goes into a little bit of history in the first part, which is great. He talks about soil. He talks about mob grazing on short grass, which is a very interesting concept. And a lot of the stuff I talked about actually has to be adapted, now that I've read this book, to work on a short grass situation. So that's a huge tip for you guys out there. You know, he talks about moving cattle. Then he moves on to genetics, natural parasite resistant, genetic parasite control. You know, it's basically just selecting for animals that are resistant to a lot of genetic deficiencies. But he makes really good points of why you should do that and how. Then he talks about Kit Farrow and his kind of genetics program. And then the next chapter or next section is comparing values. I gotta be honest, before this, I haven't actually read up into this point. But, I mean, right as I shut this camera off, I'm gonna keep reading. It's pretty late at night here, so I just had to get this done now. But, yeah, I mean, he talks about, and then he gives you a set of recommended changes, which is really cool. How to feed no hay, why to feed no hay, iron disease, taking the plunge, fence line weaning, no stress weaning, let the cow wean, make calving easy, and then how to recognize changes. Okay, cool. Then he talks about the NRCS universities, tribute to Hale, which is he or they were somewhat involved in the dust storm earlier, I believe. And then he talks about some resources and a little bit about himself. So, I mean, this book is on par with Walt Davis's book, How Not to Go Broke Ranching. Chip Hines is an older person who's been ranching for quite a long time, and we would be stupid not to listen to him. So, you know, a great book. Thank you, Chip, again, for sending me all your books. I really appreciate it. And Chip will ship the winner of this book at no cost. There you go. And then you guys can look below this video, and I will link to Chip's websites where you can get more of these books and stuff. But Time to Change, I think the title is very fitting. So there you guys have it. Agricultural Insights giveaway. Not the most valuable product we've given away in terms of money, but maybe the most valuable product for sure in terms of the knowledge, which will save you the most money of all. So, thank you, Chip. Take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow.